Yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Gonna get into some charts. Look for some good opportunities this week. We have a lot of news this week, you guys. So we have a lot of opportunity. This week. Hope everybody had a pretty good weekend. And hopefully everybody had a pretty good week last week, that we can, that y'all capitalized on some of the trades that y'all took and things like that. And so, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to this week. Yo, my man Ish, what's going on, man? Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna definitely capitalize on some pairs and things like that to make sure that we can see the market with clarity. But like I said, we got a lot of news. It's gonna be a pretty good week that I'm definitely looking forward to. We had a lot of retracements the beginning of the week last week, or going into last week. And so we'll be able to capitalize on those. We had a lot of higher time frame retracements and all of that kind of thing. So yeah, so we'll definitely be able to capitalize on some trades this week. We're gonna give everybody about a couple of more minutes before we super dive into it. But like I said, you guys, I am definitely looking forward to this week. But the following week, I will be out of town, so we won't do a live next Sunday. I'll actually be in Aruba, traveling on pips. So I'll be in Aruba next weekend, so I definitely won't be on the charts and things like that. So, but when you trade, you can actually trade anywhere. So just be mindful of that there still might be opportunity that I possibly can catch. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on for that week and things like that. All right. We're gonna give everybody probably about one more minute, and then we'll get up on it. Move this to the side. 1 second, you guys. All right, so you know what, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. So y'all know how we do. We always start off with a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day, Lord. I want to thank you for life, health, and strength. And I want to thank you for any and everyone that's going to be joining us on this call today, Lord. I pray that this channel continue to be a tool and a resource to help, if it's not just one person, but just, help someone to become financially free. That they can see that this particular skill with Forex is a life skill. It can help change lives and help someone financially. Lord, I pray that everyone on this call, their families are great, their families are safe, they remain safe, and that going into this week, they remain to have patience and clarity within the market. Lord, we ask these things in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all. Like I said, I'm excited for this week. We got a lot of news. So as you guys can see, hold on, let's go ahead and refresh this, see what we got. All right, so all day some news on Euro, the Spanish parliamentary election. But of course, I don't really do any trading on Sunday, kind of let the markets kind of do what they do and readjust. But going into tomorrow, we can see popping off on the London session, we got Euro starting at 215 and at 230, 3 o'clock Euro as well. And then capping it off in our London session, we got the British pound. Then we got USD that's probably gonna top us off for the New York session tomorrow. We got flash manufacturing PMI. Okay. Going into Tuesday, we have USD, CB consumer confidence at 9 o'clock. And then tomorrow night, we have AUD news. We also have some really good opportunities on AUD. So we got CPI on AUD. So we'll definitely see some movement on our AUD pairs coming on Tuesday. Okay. Looking at Wednesday, we got new home sales at 9 a.m. and then we got FOMC. Okay. And we have that 1 and 1:30. So we do know on Wednesday, we're going to have some major moves within the market on Wednesday. So just be mindful of any USD pairs that we're going to be trading on Wednesday. It's going to be some fireworks during FOMC. Okay. Thursday, we can see we have Euro. We got monetary policy on Euro at 7:15 Central. 7:30, we got USD. We got the advanced GDP that's going to be popping off, unemployment claims, things like that. 7:45, we have Euro again, the ECB press conference. I'm not familiar with this one, but I'm going to do a little bit more research. Let's see exactly what that is. ECB president and vice president are more hawkish than expected. Is good for the currency. Scheduled times per year. Oh, so this is scheduled 8. Hold on. It's only scheduled 8 times a year, so this definitely might be a lot of movement. The press conference is about an hour long, has 2 parts. First, to prepare statements to read, then the conference is to open press questions. The questions often lead to unscripted answers that create heavy market volatility. Okay. So we definitely want to be mindful of that. So this is going to be Thursday at 7:45. We got some big news for the Euro at 7:45 on Thursday as well. We got a little bit of news for USD at 9. And then we have some tentative news for the Japanese yen monetary policy. They don't have exact time, but it's tentative. Okay. So just be mindful for anybody that's trading any Japanese yen pairs. Okay. And then ending it off for Friday, we have Euro all day. We got CPI. We got the Japanese yen, which is tentative again. And then we have Euro, and then ending it off with our New York session, we got CAD and we got USD. Okay. So like I said, you guys, we pretty much have news every single day. This is going to be a heavy volatility week, which means we're going to have the movements in the market that we need. We just need to be mindful and patient on what we're trading and when we're trading. That way, we can capitalize on our pairs throughout the week. All right, so let's start off on Euro, you guys. And so looking at Euro, we can see this is the daily time frame. Let me make this a little bigger so we all can see it. Let's go ahead and do full screen. Okay, there we go. So looking at this, you guys, we can see that we're bullish on the Euro from the daily perspective. Higher high, higher low, higher high. And one of the things that we can see, if we drop it down to the 4-hour, we can see we had a break of structure on a 4-hour, and we're currently in our retesting phase. Okay, so there's a couple of things that we see for the Euro that we can achieve. First, we have a H4 imbalance in this area here, and we also have this H4 demand level right here on our golden zone. But one of the things we want to be mindful of, if we go back to the daily, our daily golden zone is in this area here. So one of the things that I'm looking for is for price to possibly break through possibly this level here, maybe come down a little bit further, possibly tapping into this imbalance here. Tapping into this daily imbalance, and also possibly tapping into this daily demand here. Okay, so currently right now we're looking at nothing but sales to come down to this area before we continue higher. Okay, because like I said, we are bullish on the daily, but we're in that retracement phase. Looking at the 4-hour, like I said, I want to see it come down, but if we go ahead and go to the 15-minute, let's look at what we have currently right now. And I'll go ahead and put my phase boxes and all of that kind of thing on. So Last week we caught a really good trade. It was a 1-8, almost a 1-9 that we caught. However, if we're looking at price action right now, let me go ahead and hide this part right here. We don't need to really see that. So if we're looking at price action currently, a couple of things that I want to see. We have a supply in this area here. It's our medium time frame zone here. But we also have an area here that has not been mitigated. And we also have an area here. Okay, so when we're looking at this, this is our last lower high on a 15-minute here. So price can come all the way up here and do whatever it wants, tap into this area before a continuous descent to the downside. Okay, so we just want to be mindful of that. However, I take that back. I'm sorry, you guys. Here's our lower high right here, because price came down, gave us a lower low, impulsed to a lower high, and then broke this low here. I apologize for the previous mark. So this here, okay, so this is our break of structure point here. So this is EU 15-minute break of structure here. However, like I said, I'm still kind of looking for sales, you guys. I'm still looking for sales. But if price decides to come up in this area, then it possibly can, you know, go against the grain or do whatever it wants to do. Let's look at the hourly for a second. So as well as the hour as well. So this is our lower low, lower high, lower low. So like I said, this is definitely our structural break point if price decides to turn around on us. But like I said, right now I'm looking for sales. It possibly can come up here and then come back down, but we just need to be a little bit patient. Being that this is Euro and we got a lot of news coming this week, I mean, we could see some craziness where price can definitely come all the way up here and then come back down. You know what I'm saying? We can see that, but let's be patient, be mindful of what's going on before we jump the gun on anything. Okay, but ultimately right now on Euro, I'm looking for sales. We have a lot of room for sale opportunities right now. I'm looking for price to come down, possibly tap into this imbalance and possibly this demand zone. Okay, all right, that's what I have on the Euro. All right, let's look at USD CAD. So if we're looking at USD CAD overall, USD CAD is bearish. Okay, on the daily time frame, we can see lower low, lower high, and lower low. Okay, and price right now is creeping up on our daily golden zone. We can see that it tapped into the 50 last week, which pretty much took out this liquidity over in this area here. So it tapped up, came back down, and then it broke through again. Okay, so we're looking possibly to take out this liquidity here and it possibly come a little bit further into our daily demand zone. I mean, the daily supply, our daily premium zone, and possibly tap into this H4 supply here. Okay, if we drop it down to the 4 hour, one of the things we can see as well is, like I said, we're looking for price to possibly come up in this area here. Okay, so right now on the 4 hour time frame, we're still pretty much bearish on the 4 hour as well, because if we're looking at this from a 4 hour perspective, our 4 hour is lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price came up here, but it never broke this here. So price is probably giving us a complex pullback, come up to this area, tap into this area before it continues downward. Okay, because right now we are, like I said, we are bearish, but price can possibly go a little higher than this if it wants to, because we definitely have a H4 supply all the way up in this area as well. Okay, so we just want to be mindful. So if we're trading with the trend right now on our medium time frame, one of the things we can look at is that price on the 15 minute is bullish. Okay. And we can see that from the perspective of, let's see, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is potentially a higher low here. However, it's not confirmed until this high is broken here. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is possibly set an alert here that says USD CAD breaks higher high. That way it'll let us know, okay, we're continuing structure, and we can possibly play along with the structure to continue this immediate bullish momentum within that leg of structure, if that makes any sense. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. What I mean by that is I'm expecting price to at least come up to this golden zone and possibly to this supply here. So what I hope to see is break, retest, and then continue up in this sort of fashion like this. Okay, and if we can see that, then we can possibly capitalize on a couple moves and things like that. So if we're looking at this, if we get a break of this high, price can possibly come back to tap into this this demand zone here, because we have this unhealthy price action, which this has not been mitigated, and we have an imbalance here as well. So we'll be patient to see what USD CAD ultimately is going to give us. But like I said, USD CAD is ultimately bearish, and we're currently in the retracement phase. Okay, so that's what we see on USD CAD, you guys. Additionally, if you guys have any additional pairs you want to see marked up, please put them in the chat and I'll be happy to get to them. All right, let's look at AUD. Remember, we got some AUD news coming on, I believe it's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday during our Asian session, we got CPI. So if we go back to AUD and we look at what's going on, AUD right now is bullish. It was bearish initially. As you guys can see, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, break of structure, retest. Okay, and so that's what we had currently right now. Price came down in this area. It broke through this demand level here, came down here and tapped into something on a lower time frame up in this area. Let's go to the 8 hour just to see if there was anything in that area. Okay, there was. So if we look at this on the 8 hour time frame, because price had to bounce off of something. You don't just randomly bounce off of, you know, just thin air. Okay, so if we look at this area here, I'll call this the 8 hour, the H8. We can see we had a demand zone here that came down, and then it broke up, which took out, you know, this short-term high here. Okay, but we can see price came down, tapped into this level, gave another tap before it actually shot off. All right, so if we drop to the 4 hour time frame, one of the things that we can see is that we had a break of structure on our 4 hour here. Price came up, and now we're currently in our golden zone on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, now one of the things that we want to be mindful of though is that on a daily, this hasn't been mitigated yet. Okay, this hasn't been mitigated, and we also have an imbalance in this area here. So price could possibly go lower, but being that we had the break of structure here, and price is already well within 50% of our daily. So if we throw our fibs on there from the bottom all the way to the top, we can see it's in our golden zone. So I don't really anticipate price coming down here right now, being that we got this 4 hour break of structure, which is kind of giving us some breadcrumbs that price wants to turn around and go back to the top side. Okay, so one of the things that I want to see is, let's go ahead and add our phases on here and our marks and all of that good stuff. So okay, so we don't really have any right now. So here's what we have right now, you guys. Right now we got lower low, lower high, lower low. Wait a minute. Okay, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay. Yeah. So here, okay. So one of the things that we want to see, let's see something for a second. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really don't like this here. So for me, I'm gonna wait for this area here. Unless we get price to break this low, I just don't like this here. I don't like this. There's too much consolidation right here, and I don't really like the way this looks. So for me, I'm gonna deem this as my high for right now. I probably won't do anything with this. If it breaks above this, then I'll look to possibly, you know, I'll look at it and say, okay, price wants to turn around and things like that. Okay, but I want to see price either break this or continue lower to break this low here. Okay, so we'll add an alert here and say AU 15-minute break of structure. Okay, so we got that 15-minute break of structure, and then I'm also going to put another alert at the bottom. That way I can know when price is continuing in its current structure. I'll call this a COS, which is continuation of structure. Let me see, AU COS. Okay. So we got both of those set for AU. So let's go ahead and recap on AU, you guys. I'm looking for this to possibly go a little lower as well, because if we look at the 4 hour, we literally close with the bearish, bullish, bearish, which is a continuation pattern. And so one of the things that we can see is price come down, tap back into this area here, and then continue back to the downside. Okay, so that's some of the things that we can possibly see. So I'm looking for this to continue to the downside. That's just another confluence for me to look at. But right now, right now, AU is currently in the golden zone. It can go a little further, but right now we're fair game to possibly break, retest, and continue to the top side. So we'll be a little bit patient to see exactly what price wants to do, and then we'll just flow with the market and see what it's gonna give us. All right, you guys, let's go to GU. Let's go to GU. All right, currently, you guys, GU is bullish. As we can see on GU, higher high, higher low, higher high, possibly a higher low here. Okay, so one of the things is price currently right now has tapped into this H4 demand level here, and on the H4 time frame, I don't really like this part here because these candles are pretty much all in the same area. So for me, from an H4 perspective, I'm almost going to look at the daily structure as the 4 hour structure as well. So for me, I won't really do anything unless I get that 15-minute break of structure on GU. So right now, the 15-minute structure is here. Okay, let's look at this one more time. Hold on, let me see something. Let me take out our fibs for a second. See exactly where we are in the market. Okay, so we're in the golden zone, so anything is fair game at this particular moment. We do have a daily down here. Price can possibly go lower. However, we're gonna be patient and see what it's gonna do. Okay. I'll put an alert at the bottom of here to say, you know, GU has broken the H4 demand. GU breaks H4 demand. Just in case it go a little bit lower. However, I want to see it break this 15-minute to continue to the upside. That's what I want to see. GU 15-minute BOS. Okay. Let's go ahead and add this alert to our Discord. All right, so let's go ahead and recap on GU, guys. So overall, GU was bullish. Right now, we're currently in the golden zone, tapping into a H4 demand. And so right now we're following our 15-minute medium time frame structure, see exactly what it's gonna do. We wanna see if it's gonna continue lower or if it's gonna continue higher to break this area here, retest, and then continue its bullish structure, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and check out gold. Check out the golden girl. All right, you guys. So to recap on gold that we kind of been following for a while, we can see that gold initially was bullish, broke up, then we had a breakup structure right in this area here. Complex pullback came down, and now gold is retesting in this golden zone area. Okay, this is one of the things that we said we anticipated gold to come up in this area. Overall, gold is bearish because you see that it broke structure here, so it's looking for this retest. I'm thinking maybe it'll come all the way up here and then continue its descent all the way down. One of the things that I want to see with gold is for it to possibly come all the way down here to 850 or a little bit lower. And I say that because we have all of this unhealthy price action down here that has not been mitigated yet. Gold came down and it tapped into this bullish, bearish, bullish to give it the push to shoot back up. But like I said, gold has to come and clear out all of this down here. Okay, so we have a lot of area to cover. One of the things, let's see something right quick. If we drop to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we're bullish, okay? Because we had a breakup structure back here in this area here. Price came up, gave us a higher high, gave us that retest, gave us another higher high, giving us another retest. So one of the things I want to see if gold can possibly tap into this level of demand here and then possibly continue to the upside. But if we drop it down to the 15-minute time frame, let's throw our phases on there to see what price was doing. Okay, so right now we're in our counter swing phase of our H4 structure. I'm sorry, of our H4 leg. All right, so what I mean by counter swing phase is we're bullish. So the bullish push and the pullback. So we're in the pullback phase, which is our counter swing phase. Okay. So right now on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that price is pretty much giving us lower lows, lower highs on the 15-minute. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, came up, possibly giving us a lower high here. One of the things I want to see, I wanted to see price come all the way up in this area, but I'm not sure if it will right now. Price will possibly come all the way down here and tap into this level of demand. Okay, if we drop to the 5-minute time frame, one of the things, like I said, it possibly might go a little bit higher. Let me see something. This here, Wait a minute, what was this? Okay, this was a 15-minute right here. Tapped into that area there, and then it shot down. However, when we go to the 5-minute, we do have a 5-minute up in this area that possibly can come back and tap into. But let's be patient and see what gold is going to do. Me personally, I want to see it break this low here and tap into this area before it continues up. But we'll be mindful just to see exactly what it's going to do. But if gold breaks, let me see, lower low, 15 minutes, let's go there. Ah, okay, I see something else. So we got lower low, lower high, it's a little lower low, lower high. Yeah, that's right. I'm just going to utilize that. So like I said, I want to see gold break this low, but if it decides to break this area here, then that's our 15-minute break of structure. I'll go ahead and add that. Gold 15-minute BOS. That's if it wants to turn around. Okay. But I'll put an alert down here. This is a continuation of structure. Go COS. Just so we can see what price is going to do. If it's going to continue down in that area. Okay. So like I said, gold right now is bearish on the 15-minute time frame. We could just pretty much just follow structure and just see exactly what it's going to do. Okay. So that's what I have on gold, following the 15-minute bearish structure right now. I want to see it tap into this area down here, and then we can govern ourselves accordingly. All right. Overall, gold is bullish on the 4-hour, and so this is possibly. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see exactly what it's going to do. Okay. Last but not least, let's look at NZD Chef. I haven't traded this one in a while, but I definitely think that we'll possibly get some really good opportunities this week. Overall, NZD Chef is bearish, as you guys can see. Lower low, lower high, lower low on a daily. Okay. If we come over to the 4-hour time frame, we can see our structure here: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and price has broken this last low here. Okay. If we go to our 15-minute structure, we can see lower low, lower high, lower low. And so being that this pair is bearish pretty much on all time frames right now, I really don't want to touch it until we get that 15-minute break of structure. Because once we get that, then we have a lot of real estate to play with on the retracement phase. You know, once we get this break of structure, you know, we have literally all of this real estate here to play with right now. And so if we kind of calculate that in pips, from this area down here all the way up, that's actually not that much. That's about 43 pips. But still, we still can possibly capitalize off of that though. That's about 43 pips. But one of the things I'm looking for, being that our daily is bearish, now as far as real estate from the daily, you know, let's just say if this was the turnaround point, we have all the way up into this area that we can play with as far as price action from there. That's about 150 pips. This here is possibly 284 pips. Now, what am I looking at? I'm actually looking at this area right here. okay, that price possibly want to come back and tap into, and maybe then continue to the downside. So we have a lot of real estate to play with, like I said, for the retracement on the daily. So what we want to do though, we want to make sure that we can catch that 15-minute break of structural point to possibly ride it back to the upside. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and put our alert on here. It's already on here, but we definitely want to make sure that it's going to our Discord channel. Okay. And that's pretty much what we're looking at on NZD Chef. So let's go ahead and recap on this one as well, you guys. So right now on the daily, we are bearish. We broke this low over here. And so right now price is possibly due for a pullback. Okay. Another thing we can look at as well, here we got this bearish engulfing here. And so price possibly wants to tap back into this supply area here. Okay, so that's something that we can possibly look at. This is a huge daily supply right up in this area that price possibly wants to tap back into. Like I said, we go to the 4 hour. We got a lot of real estate up in here that we can possibly play with. But the first things first, we want to see that 15-minute break of structure and then possibly come up in this area here. Okay, because being that this is bearish, let's look at something right quick. This is how we can almost tell where we are as far as where price wants to go. If we come here, put our fib, let's look, if we look at the last retracement, we put our fib here and we put our fib here. So right now we can see price came down, tapped into the golden zone, and price is close to the -27 here. So price might come down to this -27 because these are target areas for the daily. Price can possibly come down to this area here and then start its descent, because as we can see, we're getting a bearish engulfing now. Price can possibly come back up, come down, or price might open, come down further, and then we start our descent to go back to the top side. Okay, so that's something to be mindful of as well. And what I'll do, I'll put an alert right here. Well, I'll put a line right here. I'll put a horizontal ray. I like those better. And I'll call this daily -27. All right, but overall, like I said, we are bearish, but I'm looking for a huge retracement phase for NZD Chef, something that we can capitalize off of and definitely catch us some pips within the market. Okay, hey you guys, if you guys don't have any pairs that, you know, any additionals that you want to see marked up, please let me know. I'll give everybody a couple of more minutes before we kind of kick it off, but that's pretty much what we have this week, y'all. But like I said, you guys, we have a lot of opportunities this week. A lot of opportunities. We have, like I said, we got news every single day this week. Every single day. So we just want to govern ourselves accordingly with the pairs that we're trading. Make sure that we practice patience, because patience equals profits. BTC, all right, cool. Let's get into it then, man. I ain't marked up Bitcoin and I don't know how long, but let's get into it though. Look at some crypto. All right, I'm gonna start on the daily because I haven't marked up crypto. See, the last time I looked at crypto, it was January. Huh. Yeah, it was January last time I looked at crypto. Wow. Made some moves. Definitely made some moves. Okay. So from a daily perspective, let's check it out. Let's check it out. So from a daily perspective, Bitcoin was bullish. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay? So it's bullish from a daily perspective. So let's go ahead and mark this up. All right, mark up our structure. All right. So we broke that high. Yes, we did. Price might go a little higher, but let's look at something right quick before we even do that. I want to throw my fibs on just to see something. Okay, price tapped into our daily golden zone. So Bitcoin might come all the way up to this 34,000 area. Okay, we're gonna move this over here like so. All right, and then I'm gonna put this on here and say this is the target area right here. Hold on. Projection tool, that's what I need. No. Where is the forecast tool? There we go. So this is my target up here. This is where I'm, let me take that off. It looks weird. All right. So this is the target that I'm looking for Bitcoin. Okay. That's the target right there. So let's look at it on the 4 hour, see exactly what's going on. Okay. So on a 4 hour time frame, we can see price came down initially, lower low, lower high, lower low, breakup structure on our 4 hour time frame right here. All right, so we got a 4 hour breakup structure. Haven't yet come back to retest this area or anything yet. Hold on, let me look at the daily to see what we have. So on the daily, we have imbalance here. We have an H4 demand level here. We have a huge one down here as well. So we have a daily here, which for Bitcoin, I don't really think price will come down that far. We have a daily here as well. All right, so we got these two daily demands. We got this imbalance in this area right here. A lot of unhealthy price action that can come tap into this area here, okay? So let's drop to the 4 hour, see what we got. So on the 4 hour, like I said, we got a lot of unhealthy price action in this area. We got a lot of unfulfilled orders, imbalances, things like that. All right, and then right now we got a level of consolidation right here. So right now it's just madness, okay? So it's nothing that I would even do in this area until this literally broke, okay? So right now, like I said, we got consolidation right here. Nothing but mad consolidation. So until this area literally breaks, closes below on the 4 hour, I wouldn't really fool with it. But let's look at something right quick. Let's go to the 15 minute. Let's see what the 15 minute is giving us. So we're gonna start all the way over here at the top of the consolidation. So right now on a 15 minute, we can see we're gonna mark up our peaks and valleys on a 15 minute. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's see, is that the highest point? Let me see, is that the highest point? Let me add my little dots so I can know where I am. Here. Here. AJ, okay, I got you. I'll mark up AJ. That's liquidity there. So I'm gonna say here, then here. I don't know, y'all. This is all consolidation. I'm gonna take this off right quick. Let me go back to the 4 hour. Yeah, this is mad consolidation. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm back. All right, let's check it out. So, yeah, like I said, right now, you guys, we are in consolidation right now. So, oh crap. Right now, we're in consolidation. So, I really wouldn't mess with it. It's not really good, clean market structure. So, I wouldn't even play with it until it actually closes outside of this consolidation area right here. And so, like I said, right now, I would like to see price come down to this area. But once it kind of breaks this area here, let's go ahead and add an alert on there. BTC breaks consolidation. All right, we're gonna put it in the chat too. I'd be curious to just watch it. We're gonna put these markups in our crypto area. All right, so right now I'm gonna go to the daily, and this is what we're looking at right now. We looking for price to possibly come down here in this area here. All right. So on the daily, let's do that again. We're looking for price to come down here, possibly go back up here. All right, so that's what we're looking at for BTC. We wanted to break this consolidation, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in our Discord right now under crypto. Let's see, BTC analysis. Yeah, that's what we're looking at for BTC, y'all. All right. Hey, Ish, man, I hope that helps. Let's go ahead and look at AJ. All right, you guys, let's look at AJ for a second. Take all of this off. This old stuff here. All right. So this looked like some stuff I had on here a long time ago. So if we're looking at the daily, yep. So let's see. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Break of structure. Okay, on the daily. And so on the daily for AJ, I want to see if price will come back to this area here, because this area was the initial push that broke this short term, well, that gave us our break of structure. Okay, we also have this area here as well. We don't want to miss this, but I think this was the initial push, but we don't want to negate this one as well, because price can possibly bounce off of this one. Okay, so we're in our retracement phase on the daily from our break of structure. Let's throw our fibs on there and see where we are. All right, so now if we go to the 4 hour, let's check it out. So the 4 hour is a little weird to me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because all in this area here, there's no market structure really. There's no market structure here. It's just mad price action just going up. So right now, we don't really have no structure over here. Okay. However, like as far as the 4 hour, our last like retracement situation for the 4 hour is like way down here. Higher high, higher low, super mad push up to the higher high up here. All right. However, now we do, you know, we're kind of like in this retracement phase, because if we drop to the 15-minute, of course we have some price action up in here. A lot of price action. Okay. A lot of price action. We had price to come up, give us this break. Oh crap. Give us this break of structure right here. Okay. Gave us our break of structure here. Came down, and then it came up to kind of retest a little bit in this area. I'm not sure if that was, yeah, it actually came almost up to the 61.8. So we can look at this area here is golden zone, 15-minute. Move this, move this over a little bit right here. So the ideal thing would have been to wait for price to come up here, but it never made it up that far. However, it did make it to the golden zone. Okay, golden zone for this. After it came up here, it continued to go to the downside. Okay, so if we follow structure, this is our low that it broke. Take this off. So let's start to look at the structure now. So price came up. This is our next lower high here. Price broke down. Okay. And then from there, let's see what it did. Okay. So from there, we had a supply in this area here. This is our medium time frame structure point right here. Price came up, tapped into that. Okay. First we got bam. Price came up. Gave us like a weird break of structure, then it came back down again. But let's look at this price action over here though first. So, because I don't want to, let me see this, because this is weird. So price came down, price came up, came down again to break this low here. So this is our next. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So then from there, lower low. Let's mark these up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Bam. 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 Okay. So I'm trying to make sure I'm following structure on this thing. And then we had a huge impulse down here. Which broke this area here. Okay, so we came all the way down, which we had let's see, low or high or low or high, lower low. All right, then we had a break of structure down in this area right here. All right, had a 15-minute break of structure. Price retested into this area here. I would have liked to see price come all the way down here, but it didn't. Tapped into this level of demand here. And price decided to shoot off. Okay. Now let's see what we got. We had another demand level right here. So this was our higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so it had really big moves on this thing. Okay, really big moves. All right, so now, right now, from a 15-minute perspective, wait a minute. I'm gonna mark up our points. I like to know where I am within the market. All right, so right now from a 15-minute perspective, we're bullish, okay? We're bullish. So right now, we have a demand here. We also have this imbalance that price has already tapped into. Price already tapped into this 15-minute imbalance. I'm sorry, that's hourly. That's hourly. tapped into this hourly imbalance. So this right here is the hour time frame. This hourly. But on the 15-minute, go back to that hour and look at that. Okay, that's an hour demand level. All right, so on the 15-minute, higher high, higher low, higher high. We threw our fibs on it. I think it's, yeah, it's well within the 15%. I'm sorry, 50%. If we drop to like the 5-minute or 1, we can see on the 1 minute, structure looks weird. So the 1 minute break of structure is not until we get I would say here, because all of this doesn't really seem like a really good area for me to look at. And I say this is a break of structure because right here is where it actually broke the initial structure going down. So this here gives us our 1 minute. So if this is our 1 minute here, it's already in heavy momentum or heavy movement. So I would be a little patient and see if it want to come back in this area. Because if it comes back in this area, then it might give us smaller moves to possibly continue to ride it up. But let's go back to the higher time frame and look and see. Yeah, we still want to be just, you know, make sure we're careful with this particular pair, because price, being that it is, you know, on this 4 hours, you know, we're kind of pulling back and all that kind of thing. So low, low. So right now on this 4 hour time frame, you know what? On this 4 hour, yeah, we're bearish on the 4 hour. I don't know why I was overlooking this thing. So on the 4 hour, yeah, we're bearish. So price is pretty much coming up into this area here. And let's see something. Price is in the golden zone on the 4 hour. So we possibly, it might come up a little bit further and come back down. But like I said, I still think we got some ways to come down because it hasn't tapped into the golden zone from this breakup structure here. So from a 4 hour perspective, let's see what we're gonna get. Let's see what we're gonna get. So I would say be patient with this one just for right now. It might come back down and tap into this area, or it might go a little lower. If it breaks this high here, then we'll know, okay, it wants to go a little higher to kind of possibly tap into more, maybe come up in this area a little more. Let's see, 4 hour. Maybe tap into this demand here. I mean, this supply here or this supply here. Or it could bounce off of this one here where it is right now. So let's go ahead and recap because I don't want to make it confusing with all this stuff I just did. So let's go ahead and recap. All right, so on AJ, we had a break of structure. Price is currently retesting on the daily right now. Okay, we have a couple demand levels that price can possibly tap into from a daily perspective. This one here or this one here. If we drop it to the 4 hour, right now the 4 hour is bearish. Okay, so 4 hour we have, let's go ahead and mark up these 4 hour area. We got that one. We got that one. That one. That one. All right, that's 4 hour structure that we got right there. All right, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, price right now tapped into this level of supply, broke down here. Okay, as we can see, it reacted to this area here. We're currently bullish on the hourly, and we're currently bullish on a 15-minute. So just want to be patient and see exactly what it's going to do. We want to see if it's going to either break through this level here, or if it's going to come down here a little further, tap into this before it continues to the upside. All right, ultimately I think price will come down a little bit further, but it might go up a little bit higher before it does. Okay, so let's go ahead and place an alert on this high here. Let's see if it's gonna break. AJ breaks higher high. All right, and then we also have one here. AJ hits H1 POI. Okay. So we got those two alerts on there. Hey, I hope this helps. I hope I didn't confuse. I hope this wasn't confusing too much, but that's what I have currently right now. The 4 hour is bearish, and I'm looking for the 4 hour to pretty much come down to either this demand or this lower demand. I want to be a little bit more patient just to see exactly what it's going to do in this area though. All right, and I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Hey, you guys, I want to thank you guys for rocking with me today. Like I said, we got a lot of volatility within the market, and like I said, I'm excited about this week. I will see y'all in the chat. But a reminder, next week's Sunday, we will not do a live because I'll be out of town. Okay. Hey, y'all have a great week. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll holler at y'all later.